all my friends were street skating, so I just started shooting photos of the riders and skaters. Like, I'd kind of just ask a lot of questions and shoot a lot of photos and like take a lot of bad photos, like take endlessly bad photos until I was like, oh, that one worked, and trying to figure out why it worked. And eventually, I started shooting for Trans World.
He was great at mixing raw with polished. As a kid, I would just sit and just study his photos in Trans World. You know, Spike had a very unique look. There was always like a sense of excitement. There was always a sense of energy.
You're always trying to capture a trick the way it, like, in its best form. The way Jason Lee, like, I remember shooting some photo of him and just thinking about the right angle where, like, you know he's gonna point his nose in a certain way right about halfway through, and if you're 2 feet over, the trick's gonna look totally different.
The first time I actually ever met Spike is the time I shot my first blind dad backside nose grind across a bench in Burbank, California. Spike came out and I didn't know who he was, and he had a camera bag, and I was just like, oh, it's cool, man. Like, where'd you get the camera? Is it your mom's or something? You know what I mean? And he's like, no, I'm a photographer, I shoot. Spike felt like me, looked like me, talked like me, and he has a real gift with like taking people out of their element, making them feel comfortable, and just being a real person before a photographer.
His photos went to Trans World, but he worked at World Industries. So he shot Gons, he shot Jason Lee, he shot Ron Chapman, he shot Jeremy Klein. His photography is like burned into my brain. There's one, it's a sequence at night, and it was Jeremy Klein doing a kickflip backside grab off a curb, but it was one frame with like flash sequence. That's my childhood right there, Spike's photos.
I mean, the first real guys I skated with a lot in terms of, and photographed a lot, were like right when World started, because Rocco was also in Torrance. World was only like 4 people at the time. So he's like, hey, you want to shoot the ads? And so I started shooting his ads. You know, Rocco was really smart and really witty, and from the beginning, the spirit was always the same, which is like, oh, we can't do that? Yeah, we can.
It was just a wild thing going on over there because Rocco would let it happen, you know. He was probably one of the first to create a skateboard company as a skateboarder for skateboarders, and it was very successful at that as well.
I mean, it was World. Like, World dominated what was cool in skating then, and Spike was right there.
That's how I went from photos to video. It was like I was shooting his ads, and we were out skating one day, and I asked him if he was going to do a skate video. He's like, yeah, I want to do one. I just don't have time to shoot it. Do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, cool, okay. And I didn't know anything about that, and he just gave me the company credit card, and he's like, yeah, okay. And he just right there, and like I think we were like at some spot, and he gave me the company credit card. He said, go buy a camera and some editing stuff. It was like the Brats took over and had their own skateboard company.
7 o'clock, gotta get up. 1 o'clock, Mom.